Hi everybody, hi, welcome to Thursday's Facebook Live. Actually, I'm coming to you by pre-recorded video. I am spending the week with my family this week, so I still wanted to share a project with you. And today's project actually is kind of a sneak peek to what I'm going to be using in the July Stamp Club with the Bloom Where You're Planted Suite. So I thought I would share a really quick project with you today, and then I'll share what the projects are for the Stamp Club. And so guys, let me go ahead. Let me tell you a little bit about the suite itself, and then we will get into the project. All right, so the Bloom Where You're Planted suite can be found if you have the annual catalog. It's on pages 80 and 81, and it shows all these just really fun little plant products and really pretty paper and stuff. So I'm really excited to share all these products with you today, let you get a little close-up sneak peek of them. And the main thing is using the bundle, the Plentiful Plants stamp set, and the dies that coordinate with them. They make some really cute little potted plants and hanging plants. And the paper, there's some really fun paper prints to work with. I'm going to share with you two larger sheets of two of the papers, because I want to kind of show you how you can use some of the dies to be able to actually cut out some from the designer series paper. But we got really fun wood and brick prints, as well as some different greenery prints as well. So let me go ahead, let's get started, and I will share with you what we're going to make today. Now, actually, I don't have the actual project finished, and the reason why for that is because last month, this is one of the projects that we made for the June Stamp Club with the Euro Peach Suite. And so we made this really sweet little home decor piece. Now, these actual palettes, these wooden palettes, they came from Dollar Tree. And at the time when I was doing this stamp club, there were plenty in the stores. However, since I've gone back, I have not been able to find any more. Luckily though, a friend had one left over, so that is the one I'm using for today's project. So I don't have the finished project to show you today, so hang tight, we're gonna have fun with this. All right, so let me grab my project supplies, get them over here. And like I said, I just had the one wooden palette. So fingers crossed I don't mess up on this video because I don't get to do a redo. All right, so what I'm going to do is I'm starting off with the brick print. And like when I did the other home decor piece, I did it in landscape. This time I'm going to rotate it, and I'm going to do my home decor piece in portrait mode so that we kind of get a little bit different look. So I'm going to start off with some of the brick printed designer series paper that really cool, looks like bricks here. And I'm going to take my cinnamon cider ink pad and a sponge dauber. And what we're going to do is we're going to ink up the edges so that we get a little bit more, kind of a little richer feel to this paper. Now, I am not going to do all this, but just kind of give you an idea of what it looks like. As you can tell, just kind of got kind of an aged look, like aged brick. And so I have already sponged up the 4 pieces that I need. So let me go ahead and just get that in here. Save ourselves a little bit of time. And what we're going to do is we're going to glue these onto the slats. Now let me tell you, the measurements of these different pieces are 7/8 inches by 6 inches. Now, something about the wooden plaques and palettes, unfortunately, the length of this palette is 6 1/16 inch. So I was a little bummed by that, because when you're working with designer series paper, especially that's 12 by 12, it's always nice if you can get 2 lengths out of it. So I kind of have something that I'm going to use to kind of make up that little 16th inch difference so that we don't really notice it. So let me go ahead and I'm going to glue these onto my palette. And then I will share with you what my little trick is for that. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to put these down. Now, normally if you are working with a very distinguishable pattern, you want to make sure you're cutting them and you're putting the scenes next to each other. In this case, because it's brick, you're not going to really notice if I'm off a little bit. So I'm not going to be too concerned if my pieces are not in order. Now when I did the peach one, I did try to put those in order so that it created the scene I was looking for. Just going to add these on. make it look like a brick wall for our background. All right, so let me go ahead. Now what we're going to do, make sure I've got all those lined up well, press them down. All right, so as you can see, I've got a little bit here at the top that I want to make sure I cover. So what I did is I took from the contour, scallop contour dies, I took the large scalloped edge and I took a piece of the Evening Evergreen cardstock that measures 7/8 by 4 inches, and I just cut a little scallop. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to put that at the top and cover that section so that we don't see I've got that little gap there. So I probably just need to put a little bit across the slats here. Okay. All right, so next what I want to do is I die cut out, again, out of those scallop contours dies, I cut out a large rectangle, and what I'm going to do is I am going to stamp at the top from the Plentiful Plants stamp set. I'm going to stamp one of the sentiments that says, "You were there and I am very grateful." And actually, I'm going to give this to somebody, to a friend who has been there for me. So I'm really excited to share this project with them after I'm done. Okay, so we're going to put this towards the top. And then what I want to do is I actually manually cut out from the designer series paper. Let me see if I can get this little piece out. I cut out one of the leaves and one of the plants, and then I cut out one of the pots. Now I wanted to kind of share with you on this. This is one of the designer series paper, one of the 12 by 12 prints. And as you can see, there's all these different potted plants. And what's awesome about them is several of these can actually be die cut out using the little dies that come in that bundle. So I just thought that was really cool. The one that it does not cut out is this one. And so it's pretty easy, simple print. Now it does, as you can see, it's got little handles for the basket, but what I did is the handles are kind of a light gray and I really didn't want to have to fussy cut around that. So what I did is I just snipped them off. I figured that would work just as well. Now also too, here's another pattern. This is where I got the leaves or the plant from. There are a couple of these do have, let's see, I think that one goes to that one, and then this one goes to this one here. So you do have some that go, and oh wait, there is one more, I forgot, this one as well. Can also match with the designer series paper. The rest I cut out, like that one I wanted a little more for my plant, so I just manually cut that one out. All right, so let's get back. So I have cut this out. Now what I want to do is I want to add a little bit to this. So I'm going to take one of the other stamps, and the stamp actually says "to a dear friend," but I don't want the whole part of that stamp or that sentiment. So I am just going to very carefully, I'm going to stamp just the word "friend." And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to stamp it on the white part of that basket. Looks like I need a little bit more ink here on the one letter. There we go, turned out nicely. Okay, so now I am ready to put my project together. All right, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to grab some dimensionals, and I'm going to first put on my large rectangle here. And we're just going to put that right here underneath that scallop, center it kind of a little bit, best we can. And then next what I'm going to do is I just think I'm going to glue this. No, actually I want to do it this way because I forget. I need this to kind of go on top. So maybe I'll just do dimensionals for both. Let's try it. Let's see what it looks like. Do that. I'll add some dimensionals here. And you know what? I think I need some little dimensionals. Let me grab my minis real quick for some of these smaller sections. Right there. And then we'll just add that on top. So guys, as you can see, really simple project. And then the last thing I want to do is where I have this little seam where the plant meets the pot, I really don't want anybody to really see that seam. So I'm going to take some baker's twine and I'm going to just make a little bow and adhere that with a glue dot right there. Okay, so the next thing that I want to do is I want to add my jute cording. And so what I did is I am taking a piece that measures about 15 inches, and on the back of my plaque, I am just going to tie off. I'm going to go underneath that little slat there, and I'm just going to tie it off with a knot. Now you can, of course, if you want, you can also adhere it down with hot glue. But for the purpose of doing this project, I am just going to tie it off with a simple knot. And there you go, cute little home decor piece. I think that'd be really sweet to give somebody. All right, so as I said, I wanted to share with you the projects for the July Stamp Club that use the Bloom Where You're Planted suite, and they make some really fun projects. We're going to make 3 cards in the kit, in the class, as well as a treat holder and a little tic tac holder. And I just thought these turned out really, really cute. Just wanted to give you a close-up sneak peek of these. The project kit does include the pre-cut consumable supplies. However, you will want to own that bundle, the Plentiful Plants bundle, in order to complete the projects as you see here. Really, the only ink too, you'll need to provide your own ink and your own adhesives. The only ink that I used was the Evening Evergreen, so really simple, just 1 ink pad. And then of course, like I said, your adhesives. I recommend having Stampin' dimensionals as well as like a tape or a glue adhesive. All right, so to get the project kit for the July Stamp Club, you can actually get the project kit free with a minimum order of $25 or more, or it's $20 without an order. Now, if you need the kit shipped to you, there is $5 to cover the cost of the postage. Now, if you already have the bundle and you just want to use your own product, your own supplies, and cut them all yourself, I do sell the PDF tutorial in my PDF store. So guys, let me go ahead. I want to share with you what else is coming in July and the registration links where you can find everything. So I do have also coming up my July Stampin' Bunko. Now I'm doing it a little bit different. The bunkos have been filling up lately, so I am splitting it and I'm doing an online version, and then for my local friends who live here in San Antonio, I am doing an in-person one. So if you live here locally in San Antonio and you want to join us for Bunko, we would love to have you. So just check out the registration link, but make sure that you are looking at the correct one. I do have different registration links for the online and a different one for the in-person. The online one is going to be on July 20th from 6 to 9 p.m. Central Time, and the in-person one is on July 27th, again from 6 to 9 Central Time. So you can go check out all the links. Registration does end for the Stamp Club on July 9th, as well as the online Bunko is on July 9th, so that I can make sure to get your project kits to you in time. The in-person one, you do have an extra week, and that registration closes on July 16th. Now, the one registration that's getting ready to close really, really soon is my In Color Club. Last week, I shared with you a project using one of the new In Colors and shared with you about the In Color Club. So that registration, it ends on June 30th. So if you would like to build your collection of the new In Colors, check that out. And I would love to be able to send you some happy mail every month. So guys, let me share with you really quick the Bunko. Oh my goodness, I wanted to share with these because they're so cute. I did take a little bit of a liberty this time on the Bunko projects, and I'm using some of the pieces from the May Paper Pumpkin Kit, some of the really cute papers and stuff that came with it, but I coordinated with the hat builder dies that is actually in the annual catalog. Now, you would need to provide your own, again, your own stamps, inks, and adhesives, but really you can just swap out, use what you have, and be able to make some really cute projects. So guys, if you would like to stay connected with my events and have those registration links sent directly to your inbox, you can go over to my blog and subscribe to my email newsletter. That can be found at Simply Sweet Ink Designs. And also too, you can find the project sheet for today's project using the supplies from the Bloom Where You're Planted suite. And you can find that shopping link to be able to shop all those supplies in my online store. And guys, I look forward to returning next week and joining you in person with a fun new project. Now, next week is the first of the month, so we're going to have another mystery stamping. So guys, I hope that you have a wonderful weekend, and we will see you next time. Bye, guys.